President and CEO of American Humane Society. Because of you, we've been able to save animal lives. Thank you so much for your generous support of our work.
American Humane Society has been rescuing, caring for, and protecting animals for 150 years, celebrating the life-changing power of the human-animal bond. Your support can save lives. Join us in helping animals in need at AmericanHumane.org.
Good morning. Time to get ready for your day with the morning warm-up with Trey Lyle. Join us live on VTRN Sports 93.3 FM or the VTRN Sports app. Open VTRN Sports on your smart speaker or stream live on YouTube. Time to get ready for your day with the morning warm-up with Trey Lyle and Ty Tracy.
7:03 on this Monday, April the 6th. Welcome back to the morning warm-up. I'm Trey Lyle. That's Ty Tracy. Ty, we're another week into April.
Yep.
Smooth. All right, let's get to it in case you missed it.
Keeping up with sports 24/7 takes some serious effort, especially when you're sleeping. Don't worry, the morning warm-up stays alert around the clock. Now here is everything you missed last night.
Everything you missed last night over the weekend, including another portal entry for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Jaden Schutt is entering the portal. Not surprising considering if you look at the players that the Hokies probably wanted to prioritize, Schutt is not one of them. A great shooter, maybe just didn't fully click at Virginia Tech, but Schutt, the former Duke, now this is his third school, is entering the portal there as well. Other portal entries on the women's basketball side, Sophie Swanson is set to transfer, as well as Mackenzie Nelson is set to transfer, as well as Karis Baker is set to transfer. Two key starters in Nelson and Baker on the NCAA tournament team. This is just kind of this era. You're going to see starters transfer. It's kind of unfortunate. Those are two key players. I think those would be two players you'd want to keep if you're Virginia Tech, but unfortunately unable to do so. In that other women's basketball news and coaching news, quite interesting, kind of surprising. Coach Mox, Amika Aguna Hamilton, I did my best, is expected to part ways after reaching the Sweet 16 this past season, first time since 2000. Now, Jerry Ratcliffe, JerryRatcliffe.com will be on the fast lane later today. I mentioned a toxic environment that possibly is around the Virginia Tech women's basketball team. I hit the troll job of the Dawn Staley gif because, I mean, apparently Dawn admitted that, was asked about this, and Carla Williams called Dawn Staley. So maybe, I mean, Ty, I know this is going to be a very quick no, but if I'm Carla Williams, it's my first call is Dawn Staley. She went to Virginia. I mean, like,
She ain't leaving.
I agree. But
I mean,
again,
you try, but
again,
like,
you
just
should
wasting time. I ain't gonna lie to you. You just wasting time.
It's worth it if she said yes. So you get Dawn Staley, who did lose in the national championship game last night to UCLA. Speaking of coaching news, vibes around Bryson Gordon might not be as high as Tommy Lloyd agreed to a new 5-year deal with Arizona, and Dusty May announced or said that he is staying at Michigan. So it appears that Billy Donovan might be the next head coach at North Carolina. At least that would be the choice. And then you look at maybe a Mark Byington of the world. So North Carolina is still looking for their coach as the portal is set to open tomorrow. So obviously they're not going to be able to get Billy Donovan until the end of next week, or end of Sunday, April 12th, the end of the regular season in the NBA. So I always thought it was going to be Tommy Lloyd. I thought especially if he could have won.
I got to think that in tough times that people should be more sensitive. I could give about North Carolina right now.
He could hit that, but unfortunately, that's not. He really doesn't give a blank about North Carolina because he's staying. He is staying in Arizona despite after losing to Michigan. Michigan just dominated. I have to give my guy Ty Tracy a lot of credit. National championship game picked, and I feel like he's going to get the national championship game right, considering how good Michigan has looked so far in the tournament. But Ty, what do you think about the North Carolina? Well, first, what do you think about the Virginia women's basketball team looking for a new coach? Surprised by it?
I'll say not really, but like
they were a 10 seed this year.
Yeah,
like you can't let a couple upsets. It's kind of like the Kevin Keats thing to the Final Four. Like if Kevin Keats didn't win the ACC championship, he probably gets fired a year earlier than he does.
Yeah.
So,
it's like it's like I'm surprised about it, but not at the same time. So it's like 50-50 for me.
She made one tournament in their time. It was this year, and they did go to the Sweet 16, which is good. But how much do you value that compared to the rest? And it appears that other stuff was going on around the program, according to Jerry Ratcliffe from jerryratcliffe.com. So make sure you check that out as well. So just keep that in mind. You can check out Jerry's work. Make sure you subscribe to that. And he'll also be on the Fast Lane later today for covering the Commonwealth to discuss that more. But all right, North Carolina search. Do you think it's Billy Donovan at this point?
Maybe. Really? It's still, I don't know right now. It's like, I don't know right now. It's like I want to believe, but I don't at the same time.
Well, I would assume the reports are they're going after Billy Donovan. That's the next target. And then they go to Grant McAllister, TJ Ostenberg, Mark Byington, those guys, kind of the C tier, if you want to say it. But it's important, North Carolina's not really worrying about the portal. They just want the right player and the right choice. So, if you hire a college coach in-house, you can always they can just take their whole roster with them, no matter what. So, by the way, Final Four scores was Michigan 91, Arizona 73, and UConn seemed to handle Illinois 71-62, setting up the national championship game tonight, which you can hear right here on VTR Sports and the entire Virginia Talk Radio Network. As Michigan takes on UConn, Dan Hurley going for his third championship in 4 years, which if they can pull that off, that's insane. And then obviously Michigan looking for its second ever national championship. Scores from Sunday in hoops in the NBA. Celtics defeat the Raptors 115-101. Nets defeat the Wizards 121-115. Wizards doing what they're supposed to do and lose. Suns defeat the Bulls 120-110. Bucks over the Grizzlies 131-115. Cavs over the Pacers 117-108. Hornets defeat the T-Wolves 122-108. Magic over the Pelicans 112-108. Thunder blow out the Jazz 146-111. Mavericks defeat the Lakers 134-128. Over the weekend, Luka and Austin Reeves are out for the season, it appears. So Lakers probably going to struggle down the stretch with just LeBron James at 41 years old. Cooper Flag, by the way, 45-8-9. He had a 50-point game as well. He's basically retaken over the Rookie of the Year. It's him versus Khan. He decided to step it up this last couple of games. Clippers defeat the Kings 138-109. And the Rockets defeat the Warriors 117-116. Steph drops 26. Keedy with 31-8-8 as the Rockets get a big win over the Warriors. Baseball scores. Marlins defeat the Yankees 7-6. Cubs defeat the Guardians 1-0. Pirates over the Orioles 8-2. Dodgers over the Nats 8-6. Padres defeat the Red Sox 8-6. Red Sox are 2-7. Bryson Gordon. Brewers defeat the Royals 8-5. Rays over the Twins 4-1. That won 10 innings. White Sox defeat the Blue Jays 3-0. Reds defeat the Rangers 2-1. Rockies over the Phillies 4-1. Astros over fall in 10 to the Athletics 12-10. Mets defeat the Giants 5-2. Angels over the Mariners 8-7. Diamondbacks defeat the Braves 6-5. Guardians defeat the Cubs 6-5. And the Cardinals defeat the Tigers 5-3. Ty, is there anything I missed from the weekend?
No, you didn't.
All right. The women's national championship. You could have heard after UCLA and South Carolina, which, by the way, the end of South Carolina UConn, was spicy between Gino and Don Staley. But dominant win for UCLA as Gabby Jaquez, brother is Jaime Jaquez, plays for the Miami Heat and played at UCLA, had 21 points, 10 rebounds. She had a really big game. So did Lauren Betts, who had 14 and 11. And UCLA gets their first national championship in women's basketball. Obviously, they have so many in the men's side. 79-51. It's the second ever the weirder part about this was seeing it was the second ever Big Ten title in women's basketball. 99 Purdue was the other one. And that's still weird to see UCLA Big Ten team.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a dominant win for UCLA in the national championship time.
Yeah, I mean, they would just. It was like they just put the beating on South Carolina. Like South Carolina had no answers for UCLA, and like even like when the score got huge, UCLA just kept scoring. I'm like, do South Carolina know how to play defense out there? But it's like it was just too much firepower, and like Don Staley said, they just got their blank whoop, and they need to learn how to get back to it.
Yeah, back-to-back years, South Carolina has lost, basically been blown out in the national championship game. Obviously, last year was against UConn. This year against UCLA. Still, South Carolina is going to be just fine.
Yeah.
I agree with Ty about Don Staley not leaving. I just, you got to get UVA's fans' hopes up for fun. And ultimately, leads to the national championship game tonight. We'll pick that at the end of the show, which Ty, spoiler alert, Ty's going to pick Michigan because he has that as his original national champion. But we'll talk about that game at the end of the show. Other news and notes from the weekend. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. As I don't think I did. The racing at Rockingham was solid this weekend. William Swallow got the Xfinity win, and Corey Heim does it again and gets the win in the on the truck side because Corey Heim is inevitable. Other than that, I think we got everything.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we will do today in sports history. Plus, we'll keep chatting some sports. This is the morning warm up on VTRN Sports.
When shopping for auto liability insurance, it's wise to consider the best policy, not the cheapest. Hi, I'm Randy Trost Law. It's crucial to have more than the minimum insurance on your auto liability policy. This protects you if you injure someone or if someone without proper insurance hurts you. Having the right policy ensures you have sufficient underinsured coverage to take care of you and your family. To learn more how we can help you navigate these challenges, visit us at trostlaw.com. That's trostlaw.com.
Spring means green lawns, open windows, and afternoons spent outdoors. At Brownstone Properties, you'll find homes with private yards, with locations near scenic walking trails, or beautiful local parks, perfect for family picnics or peaceful strolls. This season, find your place to grow. Start today at brownstoneproperties.com or call 434-385-1025. Brownstone Properties, where home is at the heart of everything we do.
Ready for a getaway? Whether if it's a beach trip, mountain retreat, or a long-awaited family adventure, Farmers Bank can help you get there. Our vacation loan options offer simple terms and local services you can trust, so you can focus on making memories and not stressing over financing. Life moves fast. Take time to recharge and reconnect. When you're ready to plan your next escape, we're ready to help. Farmers Bank, your community, your bank, your future.
When you walk into Haley's, you see the size and selection of a big box store. Over 19,000 square feet of appliances and mattresses. Leading appliances like KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, Genair, Speed Queen, GE, and Monogram. And mattresses like Sealy, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. So what's the difference? a family, locally owned business, and a staff committed to servicing you over the entire life of the product. That means before, during, and well after your purchase. Visit Haley's today, just off Ward Road in Lynchburg. Haley's, quality that counts.
What do high-performing athletes have in common? They don't just train their bodies, they train their minds. The best competitors have a strong mental support system that keeps them focused, confident, and at the top of their game. Want that same support in your own life? Central Virginia Counseling can help. No matter what life throws your way, our team is here for you with 2 Lynchburg locations on Wigington Road and Timberlake Road and telehealth available anywhere in Virginia. Take the first step today. Visit centralvirginiacounseling.com.
Are you sick of running your dryer longer just to dry your clothes? It might not be a dying appliance. It might be a clogged up dryer vent. Call Black Goose Chimney Service to find out. Their certified ventilation specialists don't just diagnose chimneys. They also clean dryer vents through the entire ventilation system. Get peace of mind as you're protected from lint clogging your dryer vents, one of the most common causes of house fires. Call Black Goose Chimney Service today and visit blackgoose.net to schedule your dryer vent cleaning.
Good morning. We are just getting your day started here on VTRN Sports with the morning warm-up. Stay connected with the show at Trey Lyle VT and Ty Tracy 90 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Listen wherever you are with the VTRN Sports app or watch the show live on YouTube at youtube.com/VTRN Sports Lynchburg. Now, back to the morning warm-up.
7:19 from this Monday, April 6th. Welcome back to the morning warm-up. I'm Trey Lyle. That's Ty Tracy. Ty, you ready for today in sports history?
Yeah.
Tyrod waiting. Tyrod scrambling. Back at the 20. Fires end zone and is caught for the touchdown by Roberts. It's a miracle in Blacksburg. Tyrod did it, Mikey. Tyrod did it.
It's time for Today in Sports History.
Play action. Salter to throw back to the left, and it's caught in the end zone. Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty. Bentley Henshaw.
From ruin to redemption, the Virginia Cavaliers are the 2019 NCAA National Champions.
Let's hear what Ty really knows about what happened on this day in sports history.
All right, Ty. On this date, 1973, the NFL adopts this, which you would think they always would have had. It's something very obvious when you watch the game.
You got me on that one.
The jersey numbering system.
Really?
Yep. Wow. Hence why I said it's obvious when you watch the game.
Oh.
1984, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hits this shot. This you got to name the type of shot, okay? With 8:53 left, and the Lakers 129-150 victory over the Jazz become the all-time leading scorer.
The sky hook.
Correct. It's his iconic shot.
Kareem.
So, just on this date in 1993, these 2 expansion teams make their Major League Baseball debut.
I feel like
one's a team we've made fun of a lot. I'll tell you that.
Is it the Rockies?
Yes.
Colorado Rockies?
Yes. And the other one, they won a World Series about 10 years after 1993. I think it was. Oh, I was right. Yeah, 10 years later.
I feel like it's LA Dodgers? Oh.
No. Dodgers are a long-standing team.
Okay.
It's the Florida Marlins.
Oh, okay.
Ty, the Dodgers have been around for a very long time.
I want, you know.
They used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Okay.
And then they became the LA Dodgers, but they moved in like the 60s.
Okay. I want for sure no one. I was like, I can't think of the second team.
That was probably your worst guess in the history of this segment.
I know.
So you don't get that right. You're 1-2. In 2005, this team loses its inaugural season opener 8-4. They become the first to the Philadelphia Phillies on this date in 2005.
The Nationals.
Correct. They became the first team to represent the nation's capital since the Washington Senators left after the 1971 season. On this date in 2008, one team, we had the Final Four. Can you name the two teams that won the Final Four games?
In 2008?
Yeah.
Ooh. I can't. You might got me on
It's an iconic Final Four with iconic players, and it had an iconic national championship game. Memphis defeated UCLA, so that was Derrick Rose versus Russell Westbrook and Kevin Love.
Yeah, I won't remember all of that. That was like 2008.
Then Kansas with Mario Chalmers defeated North Carolina.
Yeah. That was 2008?
Yep.
Damn.
On this date in 2010, Duke won its fourth national championship, holding off Butler 61-59, despite this man's last-second desperation shot that hit the rim.
Gordon Hayward.
That is correct.
Probably one of the most heart-dropping shots. Is about to go in.
On this date in 2016, this school wins an unprecedented fourth straight women's national championship, capping another perfect season by routing Syracuse 82-51. It's the obvious one. Women's national championship.
UConn.
Yes. Second part, Gino Auriemma passes this man with his 11th national title and 6th undefeated season.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
John Wooden.
Oh. I was about to say, I don't know that one.
You got to know John Wooden. Anytime you pick an NCAA record, especially on the men's side, just guess John Wooden.
Okay.
All right. Or Coach K. All right. That was all from April 5th, so yesterday. We're going until today now. All right. In 1896, the first one of these began in Athens, Greece. The first event was the hop, step, and jump.
The Olympic Games?
Yes, the first modern Olympic Games. On this date, in 1958, this man won his first of 4 Masters titles. He also might have an iconic drink named after him.
It's Palmer.
Yes.
Arnold Palmer.
Yes. All right, so you're 3 and 5. We're doing a lot today, Ty. It's okay. You can make this up. On this date in 1987, this man returns to the ring after a 3-year layoff to upset Marvin Hagler in a 12-round split decision for the middleweight title, becoming boxing's 10th ever triple champion.
My man, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Correct. All right. On this date in 1992, Duke becomes the first team in 19 years to repeat as NCAA champions with a 71-51 win over this team, which was the youngest team to vie for the title.
Oh, easy. The Michigan 5-5.
Correct. All right. 5 for 5. On this date in 2010, this woman scores 23 points to help Connecticut rally from a horrible first half to beat Stanford 53-47 for its second straight undefeated championship season and its 7th national title in 2010.
2010? I think, is it Maya Moore?
It was Maya Moore.
Okay.
On this date in 2015, Duke's star freshman, can you name the 3? Turned a 9-point deficit into an 8-point lead with 1:22 left to grit out a 68-63 win over Wisconsin to win the Duke's 5th title. If you can name one of them, I will give it to you. 2 still play in the NBA. 1 was a big bust.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because 2015 was supposed to be Kentucky and
it was
Duke.
Kentucky was undefeated, and then they got upset by Wisconsin in the Final Four.
Jilla Okafor and Tyus Jones.
Yep, and then one more. It was the white guy. He was annoying.
Grayson Allen.
Correct.
I forgot he was on that team too.
He came off the bench. All right. On this date in 2025, this man became the greatest goal scorer in the history of the NHL, passing Wayne Gretzky with his 895th goal in a 4-1 loss to the Islanders.
Alex Ovechkin.
Look at that, 7-5 for Ty Tracy. We went long today on that, but
Yeah,
we had 2 days worth of stuff, and we haven't done that in a while. So you're at 158 and 47. So you're still doing pretty good. Still doing pretty good in that. Anyway, so yeah, Virginia. I am interested to see how this Virginia. Why you make the coaching change at Virginia? Obviously, Coach Mock's out after the Sweet 16 run. And it's quite interesting. I would assume if you're Carla Williams, you have a plan. I know they're on who you're going to replace because it's got to be quickly, because it. So apparently, according to reports, that the entire team was planning to transfer. So, she was. So apparently, this is according to Jerry Ratcliffe. Like, this is interesting, and again, if you're, you give her credit for how she got this team to the Sweet 16 this year, but do you value that more than the team environment? And it appears that if the whole team was going to transfer, including Kamora Johnson, who's one of the better players in the country, one of the better players in the ECC, it definitely is something to keep in mind. I think ultimately, depending on who you hire. Now, again, I don't think that you're going to get Don Staley, but again, it's kind of like North Carolina job. You ask everyone until they say no. Like, Don, do you want to hey, like, if you think about this, outside of Gino, all the best coaches in the last 10 years in women's college basketball either retired or changed jobs, because Kim Mulkey left Baylor, went to LSU. Obviously, that's like a homecoming. The Texas head coach, what's his name?
I know.
It's Vic Schaefer.
Yeah.
He was at Mississippi State, and then he got the job at Texas. So where he made it to a national championship game, and he's from Austin, Texas. Ironically, his alma mater was Texas A&M though.
Wow.
So like, obviously, Don went to Virginia. Don took Virginia to a Final Four. Like, and this is just, I will admittedly say this is somewhat for, clicks while we're talking about this, but I think if you're Carla Williams, like, you at least have to be like, would you want to come back? Because like, there could be things going on in South Carolina where she doesn't, like, that aren't right for her. And, there is a billionaire backing the Virginia women's basketball team. Maybe he can get his wife. Who? What's his name? It's Alex something. He created Reddit. Who his wife is, right? Serena Williams.
Oh.
So So the husband of Serena Williams is the backer of Virginia women's basketball. He went to Virginia.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like, again, that's a billionaire. Don't think South Carolina has one of those. Like, and granted, I don't know how much money he's going to give, but like, if you think about it, again, if I'm Carla Williams, I make Don Staley say no, and then I figure out my coach.
I mean,
because you get one of the best coaches in the country.
That's true, but like, it's just like
a sneaky pick is Kenny Brooks. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's true right there. That's good.
But I don't know if he would leave Kentucky.
But like a coach would say, I don't give a blank. Is that going to help me win games? But
this time, money does.
Yeah, that's
money
true.
Talks.
That's true.
I mean, I still think my favorite NIL deal is how Texas Tech pays just to pitch her $1 million and she can carry them to the College World Series. That is like one of my favorite NIL deals.
Mad at that.
Hey, shout out to Cody Campbell, who has his own parking spot. But again, we don't know what's going on at South Carolina, and this could have been, if the environment was bad and maybe Carla Williams wasn't planning this, and I do think they need to move somewhat quickly because again, the portal opens tomorrow, and like, yes, you could probably keep, have someone still on staff. Like, I think, like, to me, like, you could compare it to North Carolina, and like, I think North Carolina's gonna be fine. I think their GM is still on staff for now. Like, their GM could get players and then go from there. So, like, the priority is the right coach, but you do need to do it somewhat quickly. Now, I don't think Virginia's going to fill their coach today, unless it is somehow they made a deal with Don Staley, which would be insane.
Yeah.
Which would be a great get for Carla Williams. But I know, like, it's interesting. It's interesting that it led to this point. Obviously, there's going to be more that comes out as time goes on. I know Jerry, all the folks who cover Virginia are going to have more about this, and we'll see who they hire to replace it. Like, you fired a coach coming off their best season, and that's just a very rare thing to happen. And I really don't know, Ty. I really don't know.
It does, and yeah, it makes you wonder. Especially, like, it makes the program look bad too as well. So it's going to be a lot of like, well, I don't know if I want to coach there because it's a lot of like a little toxic situation going on.
And that could be from the head coach. So, like,
yeah, and then, like, especially like you upsetting them. I forgot who they upset in the home tournament. TCU. So it's like it makes you think. It makes you think about it. Like, well, I don't know.
Sorry, let me look. It would, yeah, I believe it was. They played TCU. They upset. They upset Iowa.
So it makes you think about, like, do I really want to go walk into a situation like that? Especially like while hearing, like, you hear rumors about it. So it's like it makes you think. It makes the candidate think about if they want to coach at Charlottesville for the women.
Yeah. Again, we'll see who they hire and how it goes. There is also a thing about. I mentioned this. This is how great I'm. Guess who's entering the portal?
Who?
Kamora Johnson, Virginia's best player from last season, who averaged 19.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists.
Like, you really think I would trust that player every single season? I knew they're gonna leave. I would not trust one single player.
Yeah, I mean,
come on now. I'll just be honest. I'm not gonna trust you.
I tend to agree. So, I just, man, I truly think we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. I do think I do not think they're going to hire Don Staley, but I do think now they definitely need a coach in place.
Mm-hmm.
Can we also shout out to Mary Washington winning the D3 national championship on a buzzer beater?
Yes, I've seen it.
So shout out to defeating Emory on a buzzer beater to win the D3 national championship, 75-73. So I just keep that in mind. Or I don't know why I said keep that in mind, but shout out to them. All right. When we come back, we'll talk the national championship game, plus a lot more as we get ready for the weekend. This is the morning warm up on VTRN Sports.
Here we grow again at the Sheeler Motor Mile. It's here, the all-new Motor Mile Chevrolet and Buick in Radford. More brands, more selection, and the same exceptional service you expect from a trusted community partner. Whether you're shopping Chevrolet or Buick, you'll find quality, value, and a team that puts you first. From rugged trucks and SUVs to stylish cars and family-friendly vehicles, the Motor Mile has something for everyone. With straightforward pricing and top dollar for your trade, there's no better place to buy. Bring us your trade, newer, older, paid off or not, and see why your car is worth more on the Motor Mile. Plus, with more inventory arriving daily, now is the time to shop the Motor Mile. Sheeler owns the finance company and makes getting approved for credit simple and easy on the Motor Mile. Flexible financing options for every budget to get you on the road fast. Experience the Motor Mile at 3 convenient locations: Christiansburg, Radford, and Pulaski. For over 50 years, we've got Southwest Virginia covered. The all-new Motor Mile Chevrolet and Buick in Radford. Certified friendly staff. No games, no gimmicks. Call 866-SHEELER1. Always open at MotorMileChevroletBuick.com.
Spring's here, finally. So visit Leesville Landscape Supplies for a slam dunk on your next home or business landscape project. Get the region's best mulch, plus decorative stone, propane, block, and hardscape materials, routine lawn care. Leesville Landscape Supplies has grass seed, fertilizer, straw, and topsoil, even hardwood mulch, dyed mulch, pine mulch, gravel, and sand. Start your spring project at Leesville Landscape Supplies at the corner of Water Lake and Leesville Road in Lynchburg. And pick there or have it delivered. Search 24/7 at LeesvilleLandscapes.com.
Do you love the 80s? Whether you were Team Madonna or Prince, this night is for you. Hi, I'm Kelly Diaz with Casa of Central Virginia, inviting you to Retro Rewind, our totally rad 80s party for a great cause. Join us April 11th from 6 to 10 at the Boonesboro Ruritan Club for an awesome 80s DJ, arcade games, dance floor, and more. Best of all, every ticket helps CASA volunteers advocate for children who have experienced abuse or neglect in our community. Grab your friends, moonwalk over to cvcasa.org, and get your tickets before they're gone.
Midday hunger hitting you hard? Swing by Makadu's for our $8.95 weekday lunch specials. Whether you're craving a classic crunch or something fresh, we've got you covered. Chicken tender basket featuring crispy golden tenders served with fries. The Makadu's Chef Salad, a healthy, loaded favorite that will hit the spot. Hit back against your lunchtime hunger at Makadu's with eats that won't break the bank.
It's time to share great food and fun. Just to be there, the only one. Just to be there at Makadu's.
We'll see you at the Dues.
If you own a diesel truck or diesel fleet, it's time to go wicked and get serviced for the spring. And when you go wicked, take 25% off your service request for a limited time. Wicked Diesel in Bedford will allow 25% off a transmission flush, coolant flush, oil change, differential service, or AC service. Your choice. Just tell Josh you want that 25% off service special. Download the coupon at wickeddieselva.com. Need diesel repair? Go wicked.
Good morning. We are just getting your day started here on VTRN Sports with the morning warm-up. Stay connected with the show at Trey Lyle VT and Ty Tracy 90 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Listen wherever you are with the VTRN Sports app or watch the show live on YouTube at youtube.com/VTRN Sports Lynchburg. Now, back to the morning warm-up.
7:40 on this Monday, April 6th. Welcome back to the morning warm-up. I'm Trey Lyle. That's Ty Tracy. More context to Coach Mock stuff. USA Today's Mitchell Northam wrote an article basically detailing there was an internal investigation going on by the university into Coach Mock's about mistreatment within the program. They said it's clear, Ty. There are signs, much bigger than there are signs going on now that things are much bigger, or there are issues much bigger than on the court. Pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. And we probably not gonna know to probably like later on. So who knows? They're gonna probably release the full like statement what actually happened.
Yeah. So you look at it, it's definitely shocking. It's Alex. By the way, Alex Ohanen, who's the Reddit founder, married to is bankrolling this program. Basically, the best P4 job open. Clearly. So again, you make Don St. Lucie now. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, there was an internal investigation about work, and so even like then it's clear to me that this became a like you have to make the you have to make that choice, you know. So it's just So this is according to Jerry Ratcliffe. He created an environment where sports staff had feared for their jobs due to abusive behavior towards them and threatens to fire them. It was toxic, nightmarish atmosphere. Virginia did not provide a reason for the decision when they made the announcement. She had 1 year remaining on her current contract. So, like, even with her success, she was probably due for an extension because she made the Sweet 16. So it's like, uh, so, um, yeah, this is clearly a situation way bigger than, uh, just, you know, a coach got fired like because of lack of performance. Clearly, the performance was there.
Mhm.
So I just, I eh, I do wonder how Virginia fans feel. Like, are they for this? I know some are not the biggest Carla Williams fans at this point, but again, I if she was creating a toxic environment and
If it was toxic, everybody would have seen it by now.
I meant behind the scenes.
Okay, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But even
Like that's what the allegations are.
But either or, they would felt it like even the reading like, okay, something's not right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I just yeah, it's just it's definitely it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how they go from here. Because if it was a toxic work environment, and if those allegations are true, which you would assume with the internal investigation, and that results in her getting fired, there's some merit to this. Then definitely. So, anyways, all right, moving on. National championship game tonight. Ty, Michigan has been dominant. They're the first team ever to score 90 plus in every tournament game this year, in 5 tournament games. They take on UConn. What is your expectations from tonight? For tonight,
I think this is going to be a huge test for I say maybe for both teams, but like more for UConn because they're facing a powerhouse Michigan that has been like you said, been scoring over 90 points all 5 games, I believe, or 5 games.
Yeah, all 5 tournament games.
Yeah,
They scored 90 plus.
So it's like right now, it's really a big. It's going to be a real test for UConn, but I think Michigan at the same time cannot underestimate UConn as well because it's just like, yeah, like you got to think about where they came from, and they especially come out the East as well. And and a lot of people not expect UConn to make it this far in the tournament.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they got real lucky with the shot.
But still,
real lucky. Anyways, you look at this. Yes, so UConn tonight. By the way, 6:00 airtime across the entire Virginia Talk Radio Network. The national championship game. Michigan, UConn. Michigan's a 6.5 point favorite. I would take Michigan in the points here, Ty. Obviously, you're picking Michigan. You had Michigan originally, so congratulations to you on winning You're gonna win the bracket group for front stretch. So I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Maybe again, we could debate on a finder's fee for Trey Lyle. But yeah, it felt like watching them when they dominated Arizona the way they did, and how high I was on Arizona, that they're going to win. They're the best team in the country. Now, I will say this: we're going to enter a whole new conversation when it comes to Dan Hurley if he wins this national championship. Which he has a suit falling apart because he wears the same suit, he wears the same underwear to these games. Like, holy crap! Maybe he needs to lose just so he can have some fresh clothes for a tournament game. But his poor wife had to run in the rain to get these beads he wears, like, for the Final Four game. Like, it was insane. But Dan Hurley, again, if he wins 3 and 4 years,
I think he's getting a contract extension.
Well, I think he got one with the Lakers job. But think about it. He almost was the Lakers head coach.
But I'm glad he turned that down, though.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see him in the NBA. It would have been.
Yeah.
Imagine him trying to headbutt an NBA ref. I think he'd get suspended.
I think he will.
A month.
I think because I think knowing his coaching style, he's probably the type.
I'm excited. I really do think. I really do think. I really do think his brother's gonna be in his obviously they're Luke Murray's gonna become the next head coach at Boston College, and so he needs to replace an assistant. You would assume it's his brother. I just them two going at it with a ref.
That's a bad for the ref.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I think this is gonna actually be a fun game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
Michigan tight. They run up and down the court. They push it
yeah.
Michigan
also is just gonna throw so much. They have so much size, and then
too.
I mean, the weird part is if UConn wins, you got 3 and 4 years. Okay, Dan Hurley, all-time coach, but Alex Caravan, who's started on all 4 of those teams, has started all 4 years at UConn and would have started on the national championship team, all 3 national championship teams. So Alex Caravan enters the conversation with I think the only other person to do something like that was either Kareem or Bill Walton at UCLA. Hurley, ironically, his brother Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill, and Christian Laettner all made 3 Final Fours at Duke, but it's going to be this is either Michigan wins the national title, Dusty May cements himself as one of the best coaches in the country, or Dan Hurley cements himself as one of the all-time greats in the country. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think this is very much a legacy builder. All right. Also, the most important sports moment of the weekend, finishing second in his male group. Second of 2:29, running a 5-minute mile pace, and then I guess 18:09 is his total time. Shout to Ed Lane. Now this was a 5K run in Lynchburg. Finished second. Now, Ed, we need to do a little better next time. Get first place, buddy. I will say this though. Good strides. I hope he's listening right now. But most important sport moment of the week. Ed Lane, second place. That's not bad, man. Hey, I wouldn't do it. Ed, you just need to run faster. Yes. So 550 miles, not bad.
It's not.
Can't do that. Now, so here's the thing. If we had our show, I think you and I could win 2-on-2 basketball against TJ and Ed, fast lane. But if we had a race, I think you could beat him in a sprint.
Yeah.
But distance wise, I think once we get to a mile, he's going to kick your butt.
Yeah.
So
I know my limits.
So we're short term. I would just die.
The last time I ran a mile,
mine would have been high school. Well, I didn't run it, but I walked to a 5K.
Well, I ran a mile back in college when we had to do conditioning, but you talk about time mile, that was probably back in middle school.
Yeah, maybe in high school. I truly think I did a cancer walk for breast cancer, and it was
See, I don't mind doing the walk.
That's
not bad.
I think it was a 5K. It was either 5. I don't know. I don't remember how long it was. Ed Lane chiming in here. If we did a 5K, I will let y'all be like the elementary school kids who sprint for the first 5 minutes realized they basically got 3 miles. And I would go, and then I'd be throwing up. Like, if I had to run it, I'd be throwing up like about a mile in, like truly be throwing up. I do not run. Okay. Trey Lyle does not run.
I go running once in a while. So
Once in a while.
Well, every week.
You run every week.
Yeah.
Like what? Doing cardio?
Yeah, it's cardio.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I ran on a treadmill. I've done that. But
Yeah,
like it's mainly
treadmill's good,
walking.
yeah.
I prefer the bike, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I just pump my legs better. But I also, if you look at me, you know I don't go to the gym much. So again, but shout out to Ed. I will say it. He with his long hair, it was flowing. He was sweaty. I will say this, man. Shirt did get a little crop toppy. Gotta be careful of that. So, so I will say this. Just you gotta be careful of that. But luckily, I'm just here to keep that in mind. A little crop toppy, but other than that, I think you did. I think you'll be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Ed. Finish second. Now we'll hopefully get first next time. So, whew, all right. Other news and notes. Obviously, the portal opens tomorrow, so we'll see more names announced. Who is going? So, all right, he's building in excuses. We're gonna get to that in a second. He mentioned he was in the 40-hour mark of a fasting period right before the show. So he started fasting right before the show on Thursday. That sounds like an excuse to me. I don't know about you, Ty. I'm just kidding. Anyways. Lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? We were talking about the national championship game.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, 6:00 airtime right here across the Virginia Talk Radio Network. And by the way, did you see the interview with Dusty May and they did an interview with Dusty May and Dan Hurley, and they did the headbutt. They did that head-to-head touch. So yeah, but the portal opens tomorrow. So we will see who else is leaving both Virginia and Virginia Tech over the next couple of days when the portal opens. Obviously, we mentioned for Virginia Tech who they want to keep. One of those was Christian Gerdak, but that's not happening. But the good news is you haven't seen Ben Hammond, Tyler Johnson, or Amani Hansberry enter the portal, and those are the three you want. Those are probably the top three guys you wanted to keep. As for Virginia, I think keeping most of your core would be very important. Obviously keeping Testa Ritter, keeping Jakari White, keeping Grunlow. Like there are players on your team that you definitely want to keep. Obviously, Testa Ritter only has one more year of eligibility. You do lose Malik Thomas. You do lose Devin Tillis. Actually, you do lose Jakari White. That's my bad. I forgot he was a senior. Dallin Hall is also gone. So you expect Virginia will be, again, aggressive in the portal. But luckily, you do have a freshman you can build around, Chance Mallory, it was awesome this past year. And he's a true freshman, meaning 4 years of eligibility. He's not like Testa Ritter, who is, 22, if I'm not mistaken. So I will see how Virginia and Virginia Tech attack the portal. I would expect, honestly, at this point, I expect better players to go to Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So especially because they are properly investing in basketball, and I am fascinated to see how Virginia Tech does in this because it'll truly be the sign of where they're sitting at. Because I am about 50-50 on, are they truly invested the right way? Because if they are, then you would assume they would have kept Gerdak, but maybe Gerdak just wants to start somewhere else, and he didn't think he was going to start this year, and he wants to start that. It could be as simple as that.
Yeah, and I feel like he could start. Like I seen him start probably like the next season because he was a good playoff.
Hansberry plays one more year and then he starts after that, but he wants to start sooner. Like that could be the real reason why Gerdak left. And while it does make me concerned that Virginia Tech probably isn't going to invest as much as they need to, there's still some outside hope that they will. We'll just see. We'll just see if they can. I hope for it. If you're Mike Young, especially in basically a make or break season, Mike Young coming back maybe is an indication that they will. I truly don't know. Maybe they, they're tying more to football.
Do you feel like he's gonna be in the hot seat?
Yeah, I think this is a make or break year for Mike Young. I also don't think Mike Young gets fired. I think he just steps down. I mean, this is Mike Young's
he's not a bad coach.
I think
at
all. He's probably a better one. They didn't have the right investment.
Yeah.
I also think he's an older, he's a developmental coach. And this is not a development. This is not a multiple year development.
Yeah. Just not the era of developed players no more. It's just you got to win now.
Yeah. You need to be a lot better at in-season development, getting the players better in the season. So I just keep that all in mind. I mean, speaking of development, birthday boy, his birthday this past weekend was Lake Lewis. He's joining us tomorrow, talking all things football. We'll talk Commanders. We'll talk as the draft is quickly approaching. So I hope he had a good birthday. So we'll talk to him about that. Ty, I hope you get your national champion pick right with Michigan. But that'll do it for us today. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to the Morning Warm-Up on VTRN Sports, 93.3 FM, W227 BG Timberlake, and 1320 AM WVGM Lynchburg.